so let's put our hands together for Como's very own 21-year-old California feline Sparky and her trainer, Sarah. Now, each year, some of our supporters get together and take a trip to another zoo, and we call it Zoo Hop. Now this year, Sparky wanted to join the team of zoo hoppers who were all looking forward to visiting another zoo. But before Como Zoo animals travel, they require a medical exam just to make sure everything is a-okay. So we're going to give Sparky just a quick exam before her travels. Now many animals here at Como are trained to present different body parts to allow us to examine them. We can check on Sparky's flippers to make sure we don't see any cuts or abrasions. And we can also do just an overall body exam to make sure we don't see anything out of the ordinary. Now sometimes when you or I travel, we require special shots or vaccinations. Well, Sparky also gets these before she travels and throughout the year to help keep her healthy. Now for this behavior, we need her to lie very still. And as you can imagine, this takes a very trusting relationship between animal and trainer. All right, nice job, you two. I think we're all set for that trip now. Now, before Sparky headed out, she decided to grab her reusable gift bag, just in case she found anything along the way, and then she was ready to set out. Now, this part of the journey seemed to take the longest for Sparky because she was so excited to get there. So they slept a little along the way and also ate a lot, and once they arrived at the zoo, they were ready to do some exploring. Now the first animals that they came across were kind of peculiar. They looked for a sign telling them exactly what these animals were. And then Sparky and Sarah noticed that they were bouncing up and down, and Sarah thought that they must be kangaroos. Well, Sparky thought that looked like fun. She tried that for a while, but you know, it was very exhausting. For a kangaroo, however, it is the best way for them to travel long distances in search of food. Now, Sparky and Sarah had been traveling already for quite a long time, and they decided it was time to have a little bit of fun, so they headed over to the penguin house to play a little follow the leader. Now, Sparky watched those penguins as they were able to slide on land and slide right into the water on that land. Nice job, Sparky. Now, she also liked just watching the penguins walk because they kind of look like they're waddling when they walk, don't they, Sparky? Yeah, I think so too. Now, this zoo also had king penguins, and some of these penguins were even taller than Sparky, believe it or not. Well, Sparky thought this was a lot of fun, but she wasn't quite done yet. She thought it was time to show off some of her dance moves for her new penguin friends, so that's exactly what she did. So we can see the rest of the zoo. And we decided it was probably time to check out the zoo map just to see if there was anything we were missing. And when we looked, we did notice that there was an elephant chat happening over at the barn. So we thought we'd head over to that. Well, on the way over, believe it or not, Sparky did get distracted by a sign that said fish feeding. She thought that sounded like a lot more fun. But when they got there, it was actually the river otters that were getting the fish. Yeah, that's right, Sparky. And they can eat about 2 pounds of fish a day. Now, as they were watching the river otters eat, Sparky saw a piece of garbage blowing by. Now, she knew that this could end up in the otter pool, so she decided it was time to clean up. Now, she was taught by her mother mystic how important recycling and reducing your waste is. And that inspired her to start the trash challenge this year. That's right, Sparky. So this year, Sparky's trainer and Mystic's trainer are actually carrying their garbage together with them for 1 week in these backpacks. And we're going to weigh them at the end of each week. And you guys can follow our progress on Sparky's very own Facebook page that she started this year. And just try and compete with her at home to see if you guys can reduce less garbage than she can. And it's that easy, Sparky. Just like that. Nice job.
639 or 679. I was expecting a regular cup, but they gave me this.
We had been traveling throughout the zoo, but we did have time for one more thing. And as we looked around, Sparky saw something very it kind of looked like a pool, kind of like her pool back here. But when she took a closer look, she saw that there was actually a pod of dolphins in this pool. That's right, Sparky. Now, both dolphins and sea lions are mammals, which means that they breathe air. So when they dive under the water, they need to hold their breaths. So we're gonna do a little competition. You guys wanna compete with Sparky today? All right, we are gonna see who can hold their breath the longest. So Sparky's gonna hold her breath under the water, so we know she's not cheating. And you guys can hold your breath right where you're sitting, all right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Is anyone still holding their breath out there? Well, this might be a good time to tell you that Sparky, she's a sea lion. She can hold her breath for about 20 minutes. So I think she's probably gonna beat us all on that. But you know, to thank you for playing along with her tricky game today, we are gonna turn up the music and she's just gonna show off some of her coolest behaviors for you. So you guys can sit back, relax, and enjoy Sparky, the California sea lion.
Brandon, tennis to mom.